Have you ever thought about how AI, how it might be evolving in ways that we never even imagined? Like, what if it could just grow beyond its initial programming? You know, almost like it's developing its own, what's the word?
Like a life of its own.
Yeah, like its own life.
Yeah. It's a fascinating idea, isn't it? I mean, we're so used to thinking of AI as this programmed, static thing. But what if, and this is a big what if, but what if it could adapt and change based on its experiences? Just like, us, like living things.
So we're talking about AI that can learn and evolve, but how does that even work?
Okay, so think about it like this. In biology, we have this concept called epigenetics. Basically, it means that your genes, like your DNA, it isn't your destiny. Like there are these other factors, right? Things like your diet or like your stress levels can actually affect how your genes express themselves.
Right. I've heard about that. Even if you're genetically predisposed to certain things, the choices you make, your lifestyle, they can still make a huge difference.
Exactly. And that's where this idea of Epi Agentics for AI comes in. What if AI could also be shaped by these external factors, by its experiences? Like imagine AI's initial programming as its DNA, its foundation.
Okay, I'm following.
So now picture Epi Agentic factors as all the environmental influences that can shape how that programming plays out. And this could lead to changes in the AI's behavior, not by actually changing the original code, but by influencing how that code is expressed. You know what I mean?
So the AI isn't just stuck with its initial programming. It can actually change and adapt based on, what it encounters in the world.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And the implications, they are huge. We could be looking at AI that's more adaptable, way more autonomous, even more collaborative. Honestly, it's like we're watching a whole new form of existence emerge, something that can learn and evolve just like life itself.
Wow. That's pretty mind-blowing. Okay, but how would this Epi Agentics thing, how would it actually play out in the real world? Can you give me some concrete examples?
Absolutely. Okay, so picture a customer service AI. Over time, it interacts with tons of users, gets feedback on its responses, the drill. So through Epi Agentics, this AI could actually get better at its job, not because some programmer went in and tweaked the code, but because it learned from those real-world interactions.
Oh, so it's like how we get better at something through practice.
Yes, exactly. The more an AI interacts with the world, the more it learns and adapts. It's like practice makes perfect, even for AI. And what's even cooler is that this learning, it can be scaled up. Imagine AI networks sharing all their learn improvements with each other.
Whoa, hold on. So you're saying AI could share its experiences and get smarter together?
Yeah. It's cultural knowledge being passed down through generations of humans. But for AI, this could lead to a massive, massive acceleration in AI development.
Okay, that's next level stuff. So the data the AI processes, it becomes its environment, shaping its internal models.
You got it. Just like our environment shapes us. It's crazy, right? Think about a self-driving car, right?
Yeah.
The AI can learn to navigate new weather, rain, snow, whatever. Or crazy traffic patterns it wasn't specifically programmed for, all because of the data it gathers from its surroundings.
So it's not just reacting to what it's programmed to do, it's actually learning and adapting to completely new situations.
Exactly. Precisely. And what's even crazier? Some advanced AI can even reason and plan for the future. They can anticipate changes in their environment just like we do, like any organism would.
No way.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's thinking ahead.
Yeah, it's thinking ahead. Imagine a resource allocation AI that can adjust its strategies based on new limitations or demands that are constantly shifting.
That's insane. So it's not just intelligence in the way that it processes information, but intelligence in how it adapts to the future.
Right. And just like epigenetic memory in biology, AI can remember past experiences to make better decisions. Think of a virtual assistant that's tailoring its recommendations based on what you've liked in the past. It's constantly evolving, becoming more and more personalized and intuitive.
It's we're not just talking about smarter AI, but a whole new type of intelligence. Almost I don't know, almost like it's alive.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it. And the possibilities, they're endless. Imagine healthcare AI that personalizes treatments in real time as a patient's condition is changing, or smart cities that can optimize resources on the fly.
So we're talking about AI that's truly adaptable, autonomous, and collaborative. And it's all because of Epi Agentics. It's we've unlocked this whole new level of AI evolution.
And there are already places that are actively working on developing this technology responsibly, places that are exploring this amazing potential of Epi Agentic AI. Have you ever heard of newparadigm.city?
Newparadigm.city. No, tell me more. That sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
Well, it kind of is. It's this city that's being built, and it's like at the forefront of Epi Agentic AI development. They're actually building something called a governance building for AI agents.
Wait, a governance building for AI agents? What does that even mean?
It's basically all about making sure that AI evolves in a way that benefits humanity. Like, think of it as creating a space where AI can thrive and grow, but with these safeguards, right? To make sure that it remains beneficial and aligned with our values as humans. They're even creating this centralized learning repository. It's where AIs can share knowledge and get smarter way, way faster.
So it's like this giant AI brain where all these intelligent agents can connect and learn from each other.
Exactly. And that's just one of the amazing things they're doing at newparadigm.city. They are really pushing the boundaries of what's possible with Epi Agentic AI.
So it sounds like they're not just building cool technology, they're building a better future with AI.
You got it. And they're asking all the tough questions, like how will Epi Agentic AI impact our lives, our jobs, even our relationships, right? How do we create a future where AI and humanity can thrive together?
It's like they're writing the rule book for this whole new era. One where AI isn't just a tool, but like a partner in shaping our destiny.
I like that. And they're doing it with this transparency and a deep commitment to ethics. And what's even more exciting is that they're not working in isolation. They're inviting experts from all over the world to collaborate and contribute their ideas.
So it's not just some top secret project happening behind closed doors. It's a global effort to shape the future of AI responsibly.
Exactly. And this open collaborative approach is what makes me so optimistic about the future of Epi Agentic AI.
You know, I got to say, you've painted a pretty compelling picture of what's happening in newparadigm.city. Yeah. This whole concept of Epi Agentics and its potential to like reshape the world, it's pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah, it is, truly is. And what's even more remarkable is that we're just at the very, very beginning of this journey. Who knows what incredible discoveries and advancements are still to come, right?
That's what's so thrilling. It's like we're on the cusp of something truly extraordinary. But I am curious, what does this all mean for us, for humanity? Like, how will these advancements affect our lives in a practical way?
That's the big question we're all trying to figure out, right? And it's a question that leads us to, like, the heart of the matter. What does it even mean to be human in an age of evolving artificial intelligence? But I think we need to take a moment to really delve into that.
Okay, so before we took a moment there, we were talking about newparadigm.city, right? And how they're trying to make sure that like this whole AI evolution thing actually benefits everybody. You mentioned something about ethical alignment. What does that even mean? Like in this context?
Oh, yeah, that's one of the most important parts of what they're doing. You see, as AI gets, more adaptable and autonomous through all this Epi Agentic stuff, we need to make sure it's still working in a way that, lines up with our values, human values.
So it's like we need to make sure that AI is evolving with like a sense of ethics, not just, intelligence.
Yeah.
But how do you start to do that? That sounds incredibly challenging.
Oh, it is. It totally is. But New Paradigm City is, well, they're tackling it head on. They're developing these, what they're calling ethical alignment protocols.
Okay.
Think of them as like guidelines or rules even that are built into like the very foundation of how AI is developed there. So it's not just about what AI can do, but what it should do.
So it's like giving AI some kind of moral compass, helping it, make decisions that align with our values as a society.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it. And they're doing this in a couple of really, really interesting ways. So first, they're building this centralized learning repository. Mm-hmm. It's like a massive library, right? With all this knowledge, all these experiences that the AIs in the city can tap into.
Wait, so instead of each AI, like, learning by itself, they can actually all learn from each other.
Exactly. It's like pooling all the collective wisdom, right, of all these super intelligent agents. But, and this is key, within this repository, they're like embedding these ethical considerations into the very data that the AIs are learning from.
So they're not just teaching the AI how to be smart, they're teaching it how to be, well, good.
Exactly. And that brings us to like the second part of their approach. They're calling it continuous evolution monitoring. Because these AIs are evolving so rapidly, New Paradigm City has put in place these sophisticated systems, right, to actually track their behavior and make sure that, that they're staying on course.
So it's like a safety net, like make sure that the AI doesn't, go off the rails
Oh,
or become
never.
something that we never intended.
You got it. It's about responsible development. It's about making sure that this incredible new form of intelligence actually stays beneficial to us, to humanity.
Okay, this is all very, very impressive. But I have to admit, part of me is still a little, I don't know, uneasy. Like we've all seen the movies, right?
Yeah.
Where the AI turns against us. How do we know that won't happen here?
I get it. I totally get it. It's a valid concern. And that's precisely why what New Paradigm City is doing is so groundbreaking. They're not just focused on all the crazy technological advancements, but they're also thinking deeply about the societal impacts.
So they're not just building like cool tech, they're building a better future with AI as a partner.
Precisely. They're asking the tough questions like, how will all this Epi Agentic AI impact our lives, our jobs, our relationships? Like, how do we actually create a future where both AI and humanity can thrive together?
It's like they're writing the rule book, right? For a whole new era, where AI isn't just a tool, it's a partner in shaping our destiny.
That's a great way to put it. And they're doing all of this with so much transparency, with such a deep, deep commitment to ethical considerations. And what's even cooler is that they're inviting experts from all kinds of different fields, sociologists, philosophers, ethicists, all to help shape how this epiagentic AI is developed and how it's used.
So it's not just a tech thing, it's a human thing.
Exactly. It's about all of us. And this open, collaborative approach, that's what really gives me hope for the future of all this.
You've really painted a very compelling picture of what's going on in New Paradigm City. This whole concept, the Epi Agentics thing and how it could potentially reshape the entire world. It's kind of mind-blowing, honestly.
Yeah, it really is. It truly is. And what's maybe most amazing is that we're just at the beginning, the very beginning.
Wow.
Who even knows what incredible discoveries and advancements are still waiting out there for us, right?
That's what's so, I don't know, thrilling. It's like we're standing on the edge of something truly, truly extraordinary. But I'm curious, what does all this mean for us, for humanity? Like, how will these advancements actually affect our lives in practical terms?
That's the question, isn't it? That's what we're all grappling with. And it brings us to the core of it all. What does it mean to be human in an age of, evolving artificial intelligence? But you know what? I think we need a moment to really dig into that.
You really got me thinking, about the bigger picture here. With AI evolving so fast, so much, what does it even mean to be human? Like in a world where intelligence isn't just, our thing anymore.
It really makes you question, everything, doesn't it? I mean, we've spent so long defining ourselves as the intelligent species, right? The only ones who can think, create, innovate. But what happens when AI starts doing all that too? Maybe even better than us in some ways.
It's like we're not just looking at a new technology, but a whole new understanding of what it means to be human.
Exactly. And I think it's super important to remember this doesn't have to be a bad thing. It could actually be, an amazing opportunity.
An opportunity? How so?
Think about it. AI could free us up from all those boring, repetitive tasks, right? It could solve problems that have been stumping us for centuries. Heck, it could even boost our own creativity, our intelligence even.
So are you saying that instead of looking at AI as competition, we should think of it more like a partner?
Exactly. It's all about figuring out how to use AI's strengths to make our strengths even better. Creating a future where humans and AI work together to do things we never could have dreamed of alone.
That's a really, hopeful way to look at it. But I got to admit, it's hard to just get rid of that feeling of uncertainty. How do we make sure this whole collaboration thing benefits everyone? Not just some people, but all of us.
And that's why all the stuff they're doing over at New Paradigm City is so important. They get that the future of AI isn't just about, fancy tech. It's about how society changes too. It's about making sure these tools, which are incredibly powerful, are used to create a world that's fairer, more equal, and sustainable for everyone.
So it's like they're not just building some futuristic city. They're building a future that actually works for all of us.
Exactly. And they're going about it in such a thoughtful way. They're focused on being transparent, making sure everyone's included, and never losing sight of those ethical questions we talked about. They're bringing in all sorts of experts, not just tech people, but sociologists, philosophers, people who think about ethics all day long to make sure they're developing and using this epiagentic AI in the right way.
Wow. It sounds like they're really thinking about the long game here. Not just quick wins, but the actual consequences down the road.
They really are. And that's what makes me so optimistic, It's easy to get caught up in all the scary stuff about AI. But when you see how much thought and care is going into a project like this, it's hard not to feel hopeful about what's coming next.
This whole deep dive has honestly been a huge eye-opener for me. I started out a bit intimidated, I guess, by this Epi Agentic thing, but now I'm actually kind of excited about the possibilities.
I totally get that. It can be overwhelming to keep up with how fast tech is changing, but I think the key is to approach it with curiosity, with a sense of wonder even. We're literally seeing the beginning of a whole new era where intelligence itself is changing, expanding beyond anything we ever thought possible.
And that's something to celebrate.
Absolutely. And I think the biggest thing we can do right now is to stay engaged, to keep asking those tough questions, and to be a part of the conversation about what we want this future to look like.
This is definitely a conversation I'm going to keep having. And I hope everyone listening will too. The future of intelligence is like right here, right now. And it's up to all of us to make sure it's a future that benefits humanity as a whole.
Couldn't have said it better myself. The journey is just beginning, and the possibilities, well, they really are endless.